Hello, people of the internet world, whether you on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. My name is Mirna, and I am making this introduction video because the first video I ever made, which was the other day, I did not introduce myself, nor did I give any context on what I'm doing, why I'm doing these videos, and I just wanted to kind of like fill you guys in. Basically, like I said, my name is Mirna. I am a wife and a mother of two, and my reasoning for doing these videos is because I cook almost every day. I'm a stay-at-home wife, so I cook a lot, like a whole lot. So I got to a point where I kind of didn't want my cookings or my meals to be like repetitive, like, you know, the same thing, chicken stew or beef and stuff like that. I wanted to add a little variety to the type of meals that I make. So I started like frequenting Pinterest a lot. So there's plenty of recipes from different cultures, things that, you know, we would eat when we go to restaurants and such. So I would go there, find a recipe and execute. And I do a damn good job of executing these recipes, might I add. So if you want to learn how to kill a recipe, come on over here and get the learning. All right, I got you. That's what I'm here for. That's why I'm making these videos. And actually my best friend Jackie, she influenced this, because when I would post my video, or when I would post my food, you know, the picture of my meals, and she'll be like, I'm gonna need you to start making videos because I need to learn how to make these. They look delicious. So this for you, Jackie. This for you, girl. And anybody else who wants to learn, how to follow a recipe, to be exact. Because, you know, I've realized it's not as simple for everyone to follow a recipe without a video. So I will tell you how to read a recipe and follow through. And, you know, and you'll have a video to actually get a visual of how to do this thing. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And today I'll be making, what's that meal? What's it called? I'm making this delicious recipe that I found on Pinterest yesterday. Chicken lasagna, okay? So it's a chicken lasagna, but I'm gonna do my own little twist to it. You know, I don't always recommend like doing your own thing when you're following a recipe unless you're really familiar with how to cook already, or how to do that recipe already. You know exactly what you would want to change, you know what I mean? Then I would recommend that. And like, but some recipes you cannot tweak it. You just gotta do it as is. So I'm making chicken lasagna roll-ups, okay? So the lasagna noodle will have to be boiled. You cannot use the ones that you don't have to boil. You need the ones that you have to boil in order for it to be able to roll, you know what I mean? So 12 lasagna noodles, 12 lasagna noodles, 15 ounce Alfredo sauce. I bought a jar. I'm not making it from scratch because I'm short on time. Like I said, I want the food to be ready by the time my husband comes home so he can eat. 4 cups shredded cooked chicken. I'm not buying no cooked chicken. I'm gonna cook my own chicken. I bought some chicken breast, cleaned already. I'll show you soon. Clean, washed. Okay, wash your chicken, people. All right, don't follow all that guideline about not washing your chicken. It spreads salmonella. Wash that thing, and then clean the area where you was watching the chicken. Problem solved. Don't listen to these folks. Okay, clean your chicken. Lavez bien nous. Chicken, beef, pork, whatever, especially pork. Lavez bien nous. Wash your meat. Okay. 4 cups shredded cooked chicken, 2 cups shredded mozzarella cheese divided. So when a recipe says divided, meaning, so if it says 2 cups shredded mozzarella cheese divided, that will mean you will separate that 2 cups. So you use 1 cup, separate the amount, that 2 cups. So 1 cup and 1 cup to the side, meaning that will probably mean that you will use 1 cup during this process, and maybe the remainder for garnishing or something to put on top. 2 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese divided, and 1/2 cup grated Parmesan cheese divided. So that 1/2 cup, I will divide that, put some to the side, and the 2 cups, I'll divide that, put that to the side. So when it says divided, you divide that amount that is the recipe calls for. 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon lemon zest, and half a teaspoon dried Italian seasoning. Freshly chopped parsley. That's what I forgot to buy. I forgot to buy parsley. But that's cool. That's just for garnish purposes. It's not for any flavor, adding any flavor. So what I'm gonna do is how I'm gonna tweak this recipe, because it's very, I'm not gonna say the word, but it's very, very bland for my liking. So I'm gonna add a Cajun twist to it. I'm gonna use Cajun seasoning. I'm gonna cook my chicken, season it very well, Cajun seasoning, and then I'm gonna also add fresh spinach. So upon reading the instructions on the recipe, it says for you to just open a jar, pour some at the bottom of the thing you're gonna cook the lasagna in, put some at the bottom, and then, you know, I'll show you, but it calls for that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually heat up, this is the noodles being cooked and behind me, by the way. So I'm gonna heat up the sauce, add some flavoring to it, like a little seasoning to it so it could taste really Cajun-y or whatever the case may be. And I'm also gonna add the spinach while the sauce is simmering and all that stuff. So that way when I put it at the bottom of the tray, it'll have a little spinach and stuff and seasoning to it. Put the noodles, and then when I mix the chicken with the sauce, I'm talking too much, you'll see. So we're gonna knock this recipe down and kill this and have some yummy food. You can make a salad on the side to eat with that. Ooh, I forgot. Clean your goddamn chicken. Lime or lemon, n'importe quoi, whatever you have, okay? Vinegar. Wash your chicken. Wash your meat. You don't know where that meat, who touched that meat? You don't know, it's being transferred from places to places. And these folks are telling you not to wash your meat. Wash your meat, okay? Don't be stupid. Don't be silly. Wash your meat. You wash your meat, right? You wash your body, right? Before you feed it to somebody. Wash your meat before you feed it to somebody. All right, so chicken is clean. So what I did with the chicken is I kind of like, I don't want to say butterflied it, but kind of did, to help more seasoning get on the inside of it, and to also, this chicken breast, by the way, to also kind of like help it cook faster. Because, you know, the thicker the meat, the longer the cooking time will take. So yeah, I wanted to like help it be a faster process. So yeah. So now I'm going to season it. I'm gonna season it with my trusty Mr. Tony Chachere's. Yeah, Tony Chachere's. Chachere's. Yeah, that guy. I like Tony. Tony's cool. My peeps. Some garlic powder. Okay. What else? Italian seasoning, which the recipe called for, and some salt, pepper, and I think that's about it. Onion powder. So my noodles are ready, okay? I cooked them al dente, meaning not all the way soft, just enough for it to be able to roll. The remainder of the cooking will happen in the oven when I'm baking it. So I'm gonna take that off the stove, drain the hot water, and then I'm gonna use cold water so the noodles do not stick to each other, okay? So cold water to rinse it off, and then boom, yeah, get back at you, okay? All right. One, two, three, four. So what's the number? What's the number? What is the number? Like, you see this chicken? Can you see this chicken? I got it on cinematic here. You can see all that flavor sticking to it. So the recipe didn't really speak on amount of oil to cook chicken because it required for you to already cook. The chicken we're using for the recipe would be already cooked, but being that I'm cooking it myself, just put enough oil in there that the pan is covered for the chicken to be in there and doing this thing. All right, don't be like, not deep frying amount, just covered bottle of pan up now. So let it heat up a little. Okay, the more you let your pan heat up, the hotter your pan, the better, because one, the food won't, the chicken, the meat won't steam. I don't want it to be steamy. I want it to be kind of like a grilled texture. I was gonna use the George Foreman, but I'm just like, I didn't want to, because we have to do one piece at a time. I kind of just want to put all the pieces in a pan and get it over with. So let the pan heat up a little bit longer, and then boom, get it going. Now I'm sharing. Did I tell you guys that I could like spit bars? I spit bars. I rap. I'm a rapper. But I'm not about to, you know, display all my talents in one video. You hear the food? I got food. As I get to know you guys a little better, I'll spit some bars or whatnot. Alright? Got you. Telling you, pull up over here. It's lit. I'm lit. The fire's lit. So funny. Oh, there you go. Letting it cook. Letting it do its thing. And it's lit. It's cooking. It's cooking. So while the chicken is cooking, I'm about to grate the cheese. I completely forgot all about the cheese sitting here running my mouth. Right? So I bought a freshly grated Parmesan. I was gonna get one to do myself, but I'm like, you know what? Just make sure I made sure I bought mozzarella whole, you know, because sometimes pre-grated cheese, they process them a certain way so they don't stick together, so which will affect the melting process. You know, when you want that stringiness to it, it'll affect that. So I don't want my cheese to be separated and looking crazy on top of the thing. So I'm gonna grate it myself with my trusty grater. So update on chicken. Chicken is basically done. Now you see how this breaks off like that? Like, let me show you something. Like, you know, you could go with the tongue. Tastes smell good, right, baby? Like, you could do this and it rips apart. That's also a sign that it's done, you know? So it's giving the char exactly the char that I wanted. So I'm not gonna turn the fire off just yet. I'm gonna remove the pieces of the chickens into a bowl. And then I'm gonna shred it, and I'm gonna just automatically add the sauce. Okay. I know you're probably like, she ain't got nothing organized. Everything is not out. You dang Skippy, this ain't Rachel Ray's. This ain't Rachel Ray's chicken, sweetie. Alright, boo boo. But I just preheated the oven. I'm gonna turn the fire down a little because the sauce doesn't need to be cooked. Ooh. Macho. I'm just gonna add that up in here like that. Like so. Turn the fire down because I don't want it to really cook too much. I just want it nice and warm and perfect, you know. Like, you see that? Getting that reddish type of color. That's exactly what I wanted, to pick up all the flavor, Cajun flavor from the bottom of the pan. So that's all of that in here. I'm not really gonna do much. I'm gonna just let it simmer for a little while and just, yeah, let it sit here on top of the stove. And when I'm ready to use it, I'm just gonna take some, put it in, and take the remainder and put it in. As you know, spinach it like shrinks when it's cooked or stuff like that. So don't worry about it being too much at the moment. It may look like a lot, but it's gonna shrink up and shrivel up. And yeah. So in a pot right now, it looks like this, which is not much. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let it simmer in here. I should have got a 16 ounce, but so yeah, like this. It's gonna cook down a little, and it'll be perfect. So now I'm gonna spray the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna use this pan, and I'm gonna spray it with some non-stick spray. What's the matter, baby? You want more chicken? He's tearing up that chicken. Spray it like so it doesn't stick, And now I'm going to add a little of the sauce in the bottom of the pan, okay? What's the matter, baby? You want chicken? Hold on, okay? I'm gonna get chicken, okay? So the bottom of the pan look like this, okay? Like that. So every corner, every inch is covered with sauce. I'm gonna put that to the side. So now I'm gonna get ready to shred the chicken with the cheese and whatever melange is gonna. Want more chicken? Buck, buck, buck. Here. Buck, 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 buck. Mm-hmm. Yes. Buck, 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 buck. Okay, so now I'm going to add the cheese. So I didn't grate all of the not the Parmesan, all of the mozzarella yet, because I don't want to, like, you know. So I'm gonna add this much Parmesan, and I know I'm gonna have to grate some more for the top of it. So this much Parmesan in there, and that's not Parmesan, I'm sorry, mozzarella. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of Parmesan, and I'm just gonna like add the sauce afterwards. Not a lot of Parmesan, not too much. And then, because I only need half a cup altogether for the recipe. Food? Baby, this is your last piece because it's about to go. Here. There you go. Take it. Buck, 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 buck. So now I'm going to add So I added half of the sauce. You gotta save some of the sauce for the top. So I'm trying to add as much of the spinach in here as I can. Yes. So half of this is in here. Now I'm going to mix it. Mix it all together and get it all saturated with the sauce and the cheese. Yeah. And then I'm gonna lay it up and put it in a noodle and roll it up, place in a dish. Thank you, baby. Food? You want more chicken? Bark, bark, bark. Bark, bark, bark. Bark, bark. Bark, 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 bark. Food. So it looks plenty of saturated and wet. I don't know if you can see the texture of it all, but all up in here. I didn't add seasoning like I stated because I cooked my own chicken and it was well seasoned, so I didn't want to overdo it. I don't like overwhelming level. Here, I got some chicken for you right here. I saved you a piece. I knew you were coming back here.
Great job! Let's keep walking through the zoo and seeing if we can find any more animals. Oh, wow! What's that sound? What?
Make sure we put enough chicken. And then, a bunch of noodles and a little bit of meat. Just,
Oh, it's
you'll get an idea of how much to put in there by, like, I think this one probably had too much, like, peasing over. But, yes, it's going well.
1,
2, 3.
4. There are 4 birds.
Baby, don't touch that.
What color are the birds? Yeah, they're yellow. Wow. Look, these are real birds. Wow. These birds are called parrots.
I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but the oven should be preheating. It was already preheating. So by the time I'm done doing all this, it's already ready for me. So Make sure you preheat your oven before even starting the chicken, cooking the chicken, just to make sure everything is in stuff, you know, nice and warm.
How many monkeys there are? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Perfect. So now I'm going to add the sauce, the remainder of the sauce on top, which probably won't be a lot, and then yeah, I'm gonna sprinkle the cheese on top. So this is how it looks towards the end. I didn't put way too much cheese because, like I said, my husband does not like a lot of cheese. So I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit more of Parmesan on top. He doesn't like a lot of cheese, so I don't want to overwhelm it with cheese. So this is gonna get some cheese in. But if you like cheese, by all means, load it up. All right. So I'm gonna take a foil, cover it up. Bake for about 20 minutes with the foil, and then you're gonna remove the foil and bake for an additional 10 minutes. Until I forgot to mention, before you put the foil onto the thing to cover it up, before you put the foil on to put the oven, spray it with some nonstick spray as well, because what's gonna end up happening is, depending on how deep your dish is, what's gonna end up happening, the cheese is gonna get stuck to the foil and it will remove it off of the stuff, you know what I mean? So spray it with cooking spray as well, then cover. That's it. That's all. Okay, so moment of truth. This is the final result. I hate cinematic view. Okay, see that? You see that, baby? It's beautiful. I took a picture, but yes, it's not as pretty as I would want it to be, simply because I didn't put a lot of cheese on the top.
Hi.
My cheese hater. Hi, baby. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Hi. My cheese hater, you know, I couldn't put too much cheese. But flavor-wise, absolutely delicious. It's amazing. Enough sauce. It's saucy enough. See? It's saucy enough. The chicken is everything. The sauce, the fact that I let it cook in the same pot I cooked the chicken in. Hey, baby. It absorbed all the flavor, so it's very Cajun and Alfredo-y. Be careful, baby. It's amazing. It's delicious. It's perfection. Cook it. Go cook it. Like I said, put cheese on the top. Make it look cheesy, because I would have loved mine to be cheesy. But it's fine. You know, I'm used to my husband not eating a lot of cheese, so it doesn't bother me much. But for presentation purposes, I would have loved for it to be all cheesy on top and have y'all looking like, ooh, ooh, but go cook it. Flavors are amazing. Everything is just perfect. Yeah, that is all. Until next time, see you guys. Say bye-bye.
Bye.